Let's be honest for a second. Retirement in America sounds like a joke now. Every financial expert says you need $2 million, a 401k the size of a small country, and apparently the ability to predict the stock market. Meanwhile, your Social Security check shows up like, here's $1,600. Good luck, champ. And you're sitting there thinking, how exactly am I supposed to live on this? Eat air? But here's something nobody tells you. Retirement isn't expensive everywhere. It's expensive where everyone else wants to live. Florida beaches, California coast, big cities, trendy towns with $9 coffee. Yeah, of course that's unaffordable. But if you zoom out on the map, if you look at the towns nobody on Instagram talks about, you start finding places where rent is $700, houses cost under $150K, taxes are low, neighbors actually know your name, and life feels calm again. Places where your Social Security check doesn't feel tiny, it feels enough. Today, we're counting down 10 hidden American towns where you can realistically retire on Social Security alone. Not fantasy, not back in 1995, right now. Real towns, real numbers, real people already doing it. And some of these might seriously surprise you. Let's start with number 10, Clarksdale, Mississippi. Picture this. It's 7:30 in the morning. You're sitting on a small front porch, coffee in your hand. No traffic, no construction noise, just birds and maybe someone playing blues guitar somewhere downtown. That's Clarksdale. This town feels like time slowed down on purpose. It's famous for blues music, so weekends are full of small live shows, local bars, community events, and food festivals. But during the week, quiet, relaxed, peaceful. Now, let's talk numbers, because that's the reason you're here. Homes regularly sell between $70,000 and $110,000. Not fixer-uppers either, actual decent houses with yards. At those prices, some retirees literally buy with cash, no mortgage. Imagine retirement with no house payment. That alone changes everything. Rent, about $600 to $850. Here's a realistic monthly budget. Rent, $750. Utilities, $150. Groceries, $300. Insurance and healthcare, $300. Gas and misc, $200. Total, about $1,700. That's literally a Social Security check. Covered. Done. Lifestyle here is simple. Morning walks, local diners, farmers markets, friendly neighbors, slow days. Downside, summers are hot and humid, like walk outside and instantly regret life hot. But if you can handle heat, this place is ridiculously affordable. Number 9, Fort Dodge, Iowa. Fort Dodge feels like one of those towns where nothing bad ever happens. You know the type. Kids riding bikes, people chatting outside grocery stores, someone mowing their lawn at 8 a.m. for absolutely no reason. It's safe, extremely safe. Crime rates are low, and for retirees, that peace of mind matters more than fancy restaurants. Now, here's the financial magic. Iowa does not tax Social Security income, so if you get $1,800, you keep $1,800, not $1,650, not $1,600. Every dollar stays yours. Homes average $120,000, rent around $800. Healthcare? There's a full medical center right in town, plus pharmacies, clinics, specialists. Daily life looks like coffee shops, parks, fishing lakes, church groups, community events. It's not exciting, but retirement isn't supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be comfortable, and Fort Dodge nails that. 8. Alamogordo, New Mexico. Let's change the scenery completely. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine this. You step outside early in the morning, and instead of humidity, traffic, or loud neighbors, you feel dry, crisp air, blue sky, mountains in the distance, and the sunlight hits everything like a postcard. That's Alamogordo. This place sits right between the Sacramento Mountains and White Sands National Park, which means your retirement activities suddenly become things like morning desert walks, sunset drives, easy hikes, stargazing, not mall traffic additionally. It feels open, quiet, peaceful, almost therapeutic. Now here's the shocker. It's cheap. Like, why isn't everyone moving here cheap? Homes average $130,000 to $150,000. And we're not talking tiny boxes, actual 2 to 3 bedroom houses with yards. Rent? Around $800 to $950. Utilities? Low, because no heavy winter heating, no constant AC battles like Florida, dry climate equals lower bills. Here's what a realistic monthly budget looks like. Rent, $900. Utilities, $120. Groceries, $300. Healthcare and insurance, $300. Gas and extras, $200. Total, $1,820. That's still within most Social Security checks. Plus, New Mexico has senior property tax relief, prescription help programs, and low vehicle registration costs, so your money stretches further than you expect. Now, let's be honest about downsides. It's quiet, like very quiet. If you love nightlife, concerts, malls, or big city energy, you'll get bored fast. But if your dream retirement is coffee, books, nature, peace, Alamogordo might feel like paradise. This town is perfect for introverts, nature lovers, people tired of snow, anyone who wants calm over chaos. Tupelo, Mississippi. All right, before we even talk money, fun fact, this town gave the world Elvis Presley. Yes, the king himself. So yeah, Tupelo already has personality. But here's what most people don't realize. It's also one of the most comfortable, affordable small cities in the South. And when I say comfortable, I don't mean boring. I mean easy. Life here feels easy. You don't fight traffic. You don't circle parking lots. You don't wait 45 minutes just to see a doctor. Everything is close. Everything is simple. And that simplicity is exactly what retirement should feel like. Now let's talk numbers. Homes here typically sell for $120,000 to $135,000, sometimes less. These aren't shacks either. We're talking 2 to 3 bedrooms, a driveway, a yard, a quiet street, the kind of house you can actually relax in. Rent? Usually $750 to $900, which is very Social Security friendly. Here's a realistic monthly breakdown. Rent, $850. Utilities, $150. Groceries, $300. Healthcare and insurance, $300. Gas and misc, $200. Total, $1,800. Right inside the average monthly benefit range. Healthcare is strong too. Tupelo has one of the better regional medical centers in northern Mississippi. That's huge, because cheap living means nothing if you have to drive 2 hours to see a doctor. Daily life here looks like morning coffee downtown, local diners, church groups, community fairs, live music, farmers markets. It feels like one big neighborhood. Downsides? Hot summers, humidity. If you hate southern weather, you'll complain. But winters? Super mild. No snow, no ice, no shoveling. Perfect for social retirees, warm weather lovers, anyone wanting low-stress living, people who like friendly small-town vibes. Okay, time to flip the climate completely. If Mississippi heat sounds like torture, Jamestown might be your dream. Picture this: fall leaves everywhere, cool air, lake breezes, snowy winters with fireplaces and hot cocoa. This town feels straight out of a movie. It sits near Lake Erie, and the scenery is honestly beautiful. Historic buildings, tree-lined streets, old-school charm. It feels like the kind of place where time paused in the 1950s in a good way. Now let's talk cost, because New York usually equals expensive, but not here. Jamestown is one of the cheapest towns in the entire state. Homes average $90,000 to $120,000. Rent? Around $700 to $850. That's shockingly low for New York. Plus, seniors often qualify for property tax reductions, heating assistance, senior discounts, so winters don't crush your wallet. Here's a realistic monthly estimate. Rent, $800. Utilities, higher in winter, $200. Groceries, $300. Healthcare, $300. Misc and gas, $200. Total, $1,800. Still manageable. Daily life here feels cozy. Bookstores, local cafes, museums, lake walks, snowy mornings, community events. It's not flashy, it's comfortable. Downsides? Let's be real. Winters are cold. Snow is real. If you hate winter, you'll hate it. But if you love sweaters, fireplaces, four seasons, this place is peaceful and affordable. Perfect for people who love seasons, quiet retirees, lake lovers, anyone escaping southern heat. Cedar City, Utah. Now we move back west, and this one feels different. Cedar City doesn't feel old. It doesn't feel sleepy. It feels balanced. Because here's the secret. It's a small college town, which means you get energy without chaos. So you still have coffee shops, local events, farmers markets, festivals, theater shows, restaurants, but you don't get traffic, crime, big city prices. It's kind of the perfect middle ground. And the scenery? Absolutely insane. Red rock cliffs, mountains, clear skies. It looks like a national park every day. Now pricing. Rent usually sits around $950 to $1,100. Small homes or condos are still relatively affordable. Healthcare is solid, crime is low, air is clean, and Utah overall is very senior friendly. Monthly budget example. Rent, $1,050. Utilities, $120. Groceries, $320. Healthcare, $300. Misc and gas, $200. Total, $1,990. Tight, but doable, especially if you downsize or own your home. Daily life here feels active. Walking trails, hiking, community classes, art shows, local festivals. It's retirement without feeling old. Perfect for active retirees, nature lovers, people wanting modern and peaceful, anyone bored of sleepy towns. All right, number 1. And honestly, this one feels like cheating because Florence checks almost every box. Affordable? Yes. Safe? Yes. Healthcare nearby? Yes. Beautiful scenery? Yes. Fun downtown? Also yes. It's rare to find all of that in one place. Florence sits along the Tennessee River, so you get water views, walking paths, parks, fishing spots, sunsets, and the downtown area actually feels charming. Not dead, not empty. Real cafes, shops, music, events. It feels alive without feeling crowded. Now here's why retirees love it so much. Homes average around $140,000. Rent usually $800 to $950. Property taxes are low. Alabama taxes are generally friendly for retirees, and everyday expenses are cheap, very cheap. Here's a full, realistic monthly budget. Rent, $900. Utilities, $150. Groceries, $300. Healthcare, $300. Misc and gas, $200. Total, $1,850. That's incredibly doable. Some retirees here live comfortably on just $1,600 to $1,900 per month total, which basically means Social Security alone can cover everything. That's the dream. Daily life? Morning walks by the river, coffee downtown, local music nights, community events, friendly neighbors. It feels relaxed but not boring, affordable but not run down. It's that sweet spot. Perfect for almost everyone. First-time retirees, budget-conscious couples, anyone wanting easy living. And that's exactly why Florence takes the #1 spot. So here's the thing. Retirement isn't about millions. It's not about yachts. It's not about moving to some luxury beach town everyone on Instagram talks about. It's about freedom. And freedom comes from lowering your costs, not raising your stress. Because sometimes the smartest retirement plan isn't making more money. It's choosing a smarter zip code. There are still towns out there where life is slow, neighbors are kind, housing is cheap, and your Social Security check is actually enough. You just have to know where to look. So, if you had to pick one of these towns right now, where would you move? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more videos like this, hidden gems, cheap towns, affordable places to live, smart retirement spots, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Because trust me, there are still a lot of secret places left in America, and we're going to find every single one.